Alright, so I attached the waste controller to the the script. Okay, so now I have character anim1, but I haven't set up that character for him to animate or anything. So I gotta, while I have that character selected, the waste here, I gotta go to the animator and basically set that up. So it looks like I only have one clip here. I created another one. I don't see it though. Let me see. Look at my animations here. Panel 02A. And I don't see a 02B. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to make a 02B. Alright, so I'm just going to make another clip, which basically is I'm just going to click this, Control C, so that it's the state of it. So I'm going to create a new clip and animations, and it's going to be 02B. Alright, looks like I did a capital, so we'll do a capital. Save, and then I'm just going to paste it. Okay, and hopefully, look at the here. I can't see it anyway because it's in the other thing there. But hopefully that will be non-moving. Good. Alright, so now I'll go back to the animator here. I'm going to unrecord. And I have 2B, and I have tune up to B. So what I want to do is have, actually need to make another one, now that I think about it. So I'm going to go to A here, and I need to select this first key, the one before it does the animation. Because basically, you see it does like this, but I'm going to hold here for a second and then go into this. Actually, you know what? I don't need to make a clip for that, because I can actually just take this and this, and sorry. Okay, so I just wanted to wait like maybe a second, or maybe we'll do like a second and a half. So I'm just going to drag this to like 1.5 seconds. And this way it won't do it, and then it will animate it. Okay, good. Let's just make sure that this is playing it like good. Okay, so it just waits a second. All right, good. So I'm going to turn this back off. All right, so what I need to do is have it go from panel 2A into panel 2B. So I'm going to right click and go make transition here, and then I'm just going to add a parameter here, and we'll make it another bool, and then I will call this just next. Or actually, we'll just call it, I don't know. Let's call it next. I don't even know. Okay, good. And basically, while I have this in here, I'm going to change it to next. And it has to be true. And then it will animate into panel 2B. All right, so now it will do the animation. Oh, you know what? I do need to make another animation before this. Yeah, I am going to have to make it. Okay, hang on a second. So, let's go back to this one, and I'm just going to take this and drag this back to the beginning here. And what I got to do is copy this beginning one here, so, alright. There we go. I'm going to Control C. I'm going to make another clip, and I'm going to call this one the panel 2B, or 2C. Alright, save. Good, and we're just gonna paste that in there, and that should be hopefully no motion. So that's got to go here. There we go. Make transition to this. This one, we'll just say exit time. I don't really care. It's just got to go from this to the next thing. This one here, though, this is the one that's got to be next. Because what I want to do is hold there until I go to the next scene. Because what I need to have happen is like this animation's I don't want this to start until we go over here. So I have to make a paused animation of just him sitting there and then going into the thing, which is looking like the same as B right now. B, and then panel 2A. There's A, and C is doing the same thing. So I'm just going to get rid of this there. Good. Okay, that's what I wanted. It should just be sitting there so that he's good to go. Okay. Alright. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Alright, so it's going to go. So I want it to basically hold until I move to the next scene. Then I want it to play. So it's going to be on this animation until I tell it to go to the next one. So And actually, for that matter, I'm going to take this, Control C, and we'll just make it go for like a second and a half. Control V, and that way there's a time period in there. All right, good. And okay, so it's gonna wait, and then it's gonna go into this one. All right, so basically I got this guy, and it's gonna wait for that next. All right, so now I just need to make sure that works with the code. So I'm gonna pop this back up, and I'm just gonna basically add the character anim01 here, and I'm gonna do .set bool. And I'm just going to do next, because that's what I wrote for the thing. Oops, and it's got to be in quotes, because that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to set that to true. Bam. And that's it. Save that. And now, when I go to play it, play. I'll hit next. And, okay. So, that's good. What am I missing? So let's look at our thing here, scripts. Alright, so I got the waste controller on there. It was a weird noise. The waste controller. That's the correct one. Boom. And then, on the button. Where are you, button? Alright. So gonna run animate panel. Oh, you know what? I didn't save it. You have to save it. So I'll save this. And then I'll go back in here. Hopefully this will work. Just click next. And it is not getting triggered. Let's look at my animator. Oh, it says it is. Looks okay. I think I screwed something up in my animator thing. So this should have a transition of next, and if next is true, then it's going to do it. This one's the exit time. Oh, because the default states on this, I forgot to change it to this. So make this, set as default. Now it'll work. That was my mistake. So now when I click next, it's going to go like that. And then I click next, it's not going to do anything, which is fine. Okay, good. Now the other thing I need to do when I click next is I need to make, oops, sorry, I thought I'd play. As I need to make it so that when I hit this, this text goes out and the other one turns on. Okay, so for that, we're going to do kind of the same thing again. I'm going to set up some variables for that. So I'm going to do a variable, and this is going to be, we'll say text 01 is what I'm going to call it, and it will be of the type just game object, okay, because I just want to turn it on and off. And all I'm going to do is go down in here, and I'm just going to go text 01 dot set active. If you remember, I told you that's that button on there that turns it on and off. And then I'm going to send it false. Oops, false. So I'm going to turn it off invariably. I'm going to make another one of this, Control C, and I basically got to make one for each text. Control V, Control V, Control V, and we'll have 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to do this one. Oops, sorry. We're going to copy this. Control C, and I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to say, I'm going to take set 2, or text 2, and I'm going to set it to true. Okay, so that's going to turn that one on. All right, and then we'll save it at Control S, and I'm going to pop back in here. You can see it takes it. All right, so I'll hit play. And now, oh, actually, it's not going to work yet, because on the script itself, I actually have to attach the text. So I got to grab each one of these text elements, which are right here. So this is the first one. This was the second one. This one's the third one. And this one's the fourth one. Obviously, I only need the first two for this to work. Now we'll hit play. And I'll hit next. So there it goes. You can see then it went there. And there we go. So it turned the one off. Oops. Turn the one off, and it turns the other one on. Very simple coding. Okay? Yay! Alright, so I got those two elements done. That's great. And basically I just need to do the same process again for the rest of it in order to get it complete. Okay, good. Alright, so I put those in there. Good. So I'm just going to put the other character animators in there, and then we will work from there. So let's see, I'm gonna grab number 2. Let me just go to the scene here, and actually I don't have one for there. I just have this guy, which actually I didn't put any animation on him anyway. So really, it's just the camera I need to move each time. So good. Let's go to the animator, and I'm gonna select the camera up here, main camera, and I just want to see, do I have transition? Okay, so whoops, it's this one. Good. Next 03, next 04. Awesome. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna write the bit of code that is going to do each one of these. So all I'm going to do is basically kind of like the same thing. I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy it, Control V, Control V, because I got over panel. This takes me to panel 2. This one takes me to panel 3, and the last one will take me to panel 4. Oh, sorry, panel 02, and then we'll do 4. Sorry, 3, and then I'm going to make one more, and it's going to be the one that quits. Control V, and it's going to be function, we'll say quit. And that's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to take that right out. Okay. So basically I want it to do is I would set this to animate the next character animation, which I'm not too worried about. So I'm just going to go to 02, and this one's going to be 03 for each one of those camera moves to turn them on. And then I just need to check this one to make this one 2. And make this one 3, and this one's going to be 3, and this one's going to be 4. Because basically what I want to have happen is that when it goes to the next panel, it should turn 2 back off, and then turn 3 on. And then when it goes to the 4th panel, it's going to turn 3 off and turn 4 on. And this next is what triggers the one camera motion. This triggers the next camera motion, and so on and so forth. And basically that's all set, so I'm going to save that. I didn't worry about this yet. I might have to change these. Basically, if I have animation on there, I have to turn them on for that animation. But I don't have them in there yet anyway, so I'm just going to leave it alone for now. I'm going to minimize this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my buttons here. So, where are you? Where are you, button? Why can't I not find you? All right. Panel, text. Panel button. Oh, you know what else? I actually got to turn the buttons off and turn the other buttons on. So it's kind of the same thing. So just like I had these there, I'm just going to do kind of the same thing. I'm just going to copy and paste these. Control C, Control V, variable, and it's going to be button 01. So let's write but. It's good enough for me. But and okay, oops, not that kind of but. All right, so I gotta make it so I turn the buttons off and turn the other ones on. So basically when you do the first one, just like I did here, I just gotta take this and basically do that with the buttons. So I'm just gonna use the same bit of code. I'm just gonna write, I wanna turn but 1 off, and I'm gonna turn but 2 on. Just like that. And I'm going to do that for the next things here. Okay. And the last one as well. Alright. And basically I'm going to make it so that this will turn but 2 back off, and then turn on button 3. And this one will turn button 3 back off, and turn on button 4. Alright, like so. Now I'll say that. I got to go in here. I got to go to my script. And I have to drop each one of these buttons into each one of these. So I got to drop that button, then this button, then this button, and then this button. And this way it knows which ones to turn on and off. Now what I got to do is I got to go to this one, and I have to add onto this the script, right? So that it knows when it gets hit what it's going to do. It's going to go to Animate Controller, and I'm going to want it to do Animate Panel 2, because that's the one that turns this button off, and so on and so forth. I'm going to do the same thing here. Boom. Take the script and go down to Animate Controller, and this one's going to be Animate Panel 3, and then the last one here, boom, scripts, and Animate Controller, and quit. Okay, and basically each one of those will do that. So I'm going to have to pause it, and then we'll start up with the next video.